Hi everyone, welcome to Insightfulness, the fullness of insight, and in this video you are going to learn how to overcome fear with love. So the first thing we need to consider is, what is really fear? What is it that we feel that we think it's fear, right? And most of us, we're gonna go instantaneously thinking that fear is something bad, is something wrong, is something that should not be there. Do you feel that way? The truth is, fear is actually your friend. Fear was always trying to protect you. Think about it. What is really fear doing? Fear was all the time trying to make you safe. And the reason is, think about it for a second. What is really fear doing in your life? You know, investing this money, it probably is not a good idea because you're gonna be poor and miserable if you lose all your money. Maybe if I wear these clothes, they're gonna think I'm not enough, or they will judge me, so I might have to put better clothes. Or maybe I should not show this person that I love him or her, because if I do show, now I'm gonna be vulnerable and I'm gonna be hurt if they don't love me back. Or maybe, you know, we should not try to open this business because it's not gonna work anyways. It's so hard, right, to work. Why are you gonna spend all your time? Or I'm afraid of the dark because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if we're gonna see a monster that comes out of a television or whatever, you know? I don't think that would happen, but still, that's fear. You see, the patterns, fears is always driven to protect you. Protect you for what? Well, you know, I'm just protecting you from pain. I don't want you to suffer, so I wanted you to be safe. Yes, you're right, fear. I think I'm just gonna be here at home, you know, chilling, and I'm gonna feel good, and that's how I, cope with my fears. Well, if you take the approach of actually running away from your fears, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So think this way. Imagine you have a room, right? And in this room, you bring food, you bring all sort of things, and then when you notice your room, what happens to your room? Your room gets disorganized, right? But instead of you actually going and organizing, what you do, you actually get the food, get all the leftovers, and you throw all under your bed. So think that over time, right? Let's say it goes a day, a week, a month, a year, and then what happens is, at one time, your room, it will look really clean. It's gonna look that there's nothing in it. However, it's gonna be smelling really bad. So why is your room smelling bad? The reason why your room is smelling bad is because you put all this trash under your bed. So at the surface, your room looks pretty nice. It looks very clean, it looks organized, everything is in place. But now, when you look under your bed, you notice all this crap you're being accumulated for so long, and that's why your room smells so bad. The same thing happens with fear. When you don't face your fear, you just put it under the rug, under your bed, and that just grows bigger, bigger, and bigger. You're not actually solving the problem, you're just running away, hoping that it will just disappear. But unfortunately, that's not how things works. So what is actually love then? Love is the opposite of fear. It's actually organization. It's actually order. It's actually when things are working in harmony. So the same context is, instead of you actually putting all the crap under your bed and then having to take all this out later and have to suffer with this very nasty smell for so long, what you're actually doing is, the fear comes, you look at it, you solve it, and you let it go. So you organize. It's all about order. It's all about being present with the pain and with the happiness. So I like to think that life is actually all about love. And I know you might think, oh, this kind of like weird talk, everything is love, and you're like a hippie, whatever. Not really. Think this way. Imagine a drop of water, right? If you never look at a drop of water, I recommend you to, at the end of this video, just search on YouTube, what is inside of a drop of water? And you'll see that it's 100,000s of lives inside of that single drop of water. And they're all working in a harmonic and a disorganized way at the same time. And this very, very little living creatures, they are making the oxygen that you are breathing at this very second. So what actually moves them? Love, organization, order. They have to keep moving, they have to keep working because they're part of a whole. But of course, they don't really know that. They're so small, they're so innocent. They have no idea what's going on really outside of that single drop of water. Well, that's the same thing that happens to us. We are small, we don't really know what's happened to the world. I mean, we can know, but we cannot quite know. But we can know that we are a functioning piece of the whole. And as you keep moving and organizing and actually facing your fears, it is the best way not to only help yourself, but the entire world, humanity, the cosmos. Okay, I'm going too far, but you know what I mean, right? And we can think about this way. Let's say something happens in your family or your friends or your partner, someone you love, and instead of actually working through that fear, let's say you actually create more fear. You rather run away from that problem, like, oh, I don't want to see this anymore, or you come out with a negative input. Instead of actually accepting that and working towards organize, towards harmonize, towards making it better, you just really are afraid and make it worse. But now the question, babe, is why do you make it worse? Because you're afraid. You're afraid of pain. You're afraid of suffering. You don't want to feel it. You just want to get out of your mind. You're just going to get out of your body, right? As soon as possible. Please, I just want to get out of this kind of thing, right? But don't worry, fear is very, very normal. And in this video, I will tell you exactly what to do for you to overcome your fears. And it's so simple. And you can do this technique, this exercise at any moment in your life. And of course, it doesn't mean that the fear will go away, but you will be more resistant and you will overcome actually the fear instead of running away. I like to look at fear as lessons, really. Fears are just lessons. If you don't go through the lesson, you gotta repeat it until you make it, right? Think about like you're playing a video game, right? And life is kind of a game anyways. You get the mission. What happens if you don't complete the mission? You cannot go to the next phase. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. You have to repeat it over and over. So think about how many times situations are happening in your life over and over. And instead of you actually going, just have a little courage to be there and to work it through, you just run away because it seems easy, but it turns out that it's actually the worst choice that you can make. The best choice is always love. Love is always the best choice you can do. That is nothing better than this. And fear, fun enough, is actually the lack of love. For example, let's say you're a kid and you did something wrong and your mother, instead of actually recognizing and actually be caring about whatever you did wrong, should beat you or should be like, oh, you this and that, or you're like, you're such a bad person, you're such a bad boy, you should not do this. So that created more fear in you. You see, that fear is there even if you don't remember. It's there in your subconscious level. But so, what you really wanted as a kid, you just wanted to be loved. You just wanted someone to care about you. You just wanted someone to recognize you, to be there for you, right? Here's the same thing that is happening right now. When you're afraid, it's because you lack love. You think that you are not love, but fun enough, you are actually love. You are actually the fundamental force of this existence. And I know, I don't want you to get attached to this belief, because if you just believe in this, it is just a belief in this, doesn't make any sense. I want you to experience this at the core of your being. You are love, my friend. Get over that fear. And the paradoxical part is that you always want love. You always want to be happy. You always want to be satisfied with life. But when the fear comes and tries to protect you, so it takes you away from the very thing that you want, that you are actually it, pretending you are not. So here I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. Obviously, you can develop your own ways. You are a human being and you are so much full of potential and ideas and innovations that you can create. Here is just one way that you can actually transform fears, right? Is one way that you can go and let that go and just be your best version. Be love. And the way we're gonna do this is actually we're gonna overcome fear with love. The first part is you have to just be honest, right? Just be honest to yourself. Be honest you have a fear. Be honest you have insecurity. That's okay. Everyone has it. Believe me, every single human being has fear. Some has more, some has less, but all of us have it. So just think about the situation. What are you really afraid of? Are you afraid of being alone? Are you afraid of not being loved? Are you feel inappropriate? Do you feel that people will judge you? Do you feel that you're gonna fail in life? Do you fear that you're not gonna be a good husband, a good wife, a good son, a good mother, a good father? What is it that you fear the most? Just be honest to yourself and just recognize it and tell it yourself, okay, I'm afraid of this. Okay? Second part. So in this part, we're actually gonna let it go once you find what the fear is, and we're actually gonna feel it. We're gonna use courage to feel this fear. That is no other way, and that is actually the quickest and most effective way to get over any fear, is actually to sit with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit down, we're gonna get in a quiet place, because that's just optimal. You can do right now. Do it right now with me, but do it later too. Once you are established in a place of comfort and you are ready to do this, just really bring your mind to whatever sensation that you are fearing. In my case, it's a lot in the heart. But if you have a lot of trouble with security, you're not feel safe, it's usually in your belly, right? If you wants to be validated, it's usually in your heart. You know, it kind of varies. It can be in your head too. Just feel that spot where that is tension. That feels like your body is constricting. That is your body shrinking. Just feel that, okay? Third part. Once you feel it, do not tell if it's good or bad. Let it go of your mind story. Let it go of what you think good is, what you think wrong is, and just feel the physical sensation, the very physical sensation as it is. It is not easy at the beginning, but I guarantee you, if you do this enough, you will get the results you want. So just keep feeling the sensation within you. And feel with care, just be present. One example I can give you is Remember when you're stretching and like it's sometimes it's so hard to stretch because it's so painful. You're just like, I can't do this, and you're like, you let it go. And then when you let it go, you feel all that release, like, that was so good. Right, that's the same thing. However, people that can actually hold on to that tension for longer periods of time, when they release that tension, they feel amazed, they feel bliss, because you just released so much tension. And the only way you're gonna release the fear is actually going deeper into it. You gotta dig deep into it. So the same way you would do like a stretching position that is really painful, instead of letting go really quickly, hold on into it and continue breathing into that pain. I promise you, if you do this, it will work. So continue feeling that physical sensation for maybe 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, how much time you can. Because as long as you stay focusing on that sensation, it's gonna be the same amount of release that you will experience. Fourth part, okay, cool. So in this part, we're actually gonna use our breath to make it, we go deeper to it. And this fourth part, it's actually not really fourth. You can use it while you are in the third part. Remember I told you just to feel it deeper? So what you also want to do is actually breathe deeply and relax your breath when you exhale. So for how long you want to go for it, if it's what? A minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, you know? I've been moments that I was just like an hour feeling that sensation. And guys, that was amazing. That was the best thing I've done so far. So you're just gonna breathe deeply. And when you breathe deeply, I want you to focus on the area, right? That is related to this mental thought that something wrong is gonna happen. Like, and as you breathe deeply, you're gonna go deep on that sensation, right? And in the beginning, it might be more painful, but more painful, it does not mean bad. So that's why let it go, this idea. So you're gonna let that go, right? Let this idea go of, oh, is this bad? Is this good? Is this here because of that? Because of this person? Because I should have done this? Because I should have done that? Blah, 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 blah. No, let that go, right? Just be with the sensation. Breathe deep into it. And as you exhale, relax the sensation. Fifth and the last part. So in this part, let's say you're gonna do for 10 minutes, right? So get 5 minutes just to go deeply into that fear without saying whatever it is, right? Without doing anything, just feeling, deep breathing, and continue being with that fear, being with that pain. But don't call it pain, right? Just feel that sensation. And the last 5 minutes, that if you do in 10 minutes, right? The last 50% of your exercise, I want you just to make a smile. And the reason is that it's a very, very powerful psychological reason. Your brain thinks that you're happier when you smile. It's so simple, isn't it? So what you're gonna do now, you're just gonna continue feeling the same way, but you're gonna smile at it. And as you smile at it, I just want you to mentally ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? And continue smiling. What is it that I'm feeling? And just go deeper. And sooner or later, you realize that that fear was actually love. It just wanted your attention. And the conclusion really of this video is actually that fear was love all the time. was a repressed love. Was like, I just want to feel better. And you're just like, no, I cannot feel this, I cannot feel this. But what you really want is just your attention. It's just your care, your compassion. It's just be with it. Be able to be present with that pain that all of us share. So as long as you keep with that pain and you're not labeling it and you smile at it, all of that starts to become love. So here is how you overcome your fears with love. I told you guys it's very, very simple, and please subscribe. If you think this information was good for you, just go right now and click that subscribe button so you're not going to lose any of our content. We're gonna be posting amazing videos, and this channel is really about practice. It's not only the information part, obviously we're gonna talk about stuff, but it's mostly addressed to how can we do things to make us feel better? How can we do things for growing? How can we do things to become love, to expand, to be our full and best potential in this life? So if you want, just subscribe if you think you found something inspiring in this video and you want to share your idea. Please comment below. I will answer to any of the comments within the 24 hours of this video, or maybe later, who knows. If your comment's good, just go there and share it. And guys, let it go of that fear and become love, because you know what? That's what you are anyways. I am so afraid that you're not gonna subscribe to my channel. And now, I just gotta let it go with love.